I'm starting to think Likara went on to a lot of Gundam fan sites for this. Chapter 7, Valley of Black Snow. Universal Colony, year 118. A time where the endless waltz of history continues unabated. Let us go back 1 year to the UCY 117. Empire Thalos declares war upon all neighboring star systems and the dozens of space planetary colonies within them. Empire's military power is at equal strength to each government they are at war with, so they are caught in a stalemate. However, halfway into the UCY 117, the Empire acquired a new weapon whose name would be heard throughout the future: multiple suits. These new devices smash through any and all resistance, and the Empire now controls more than 95% of the area. We now return to the UCY 118. 5 Gundams have been sent to free the colonies, and are now split up. Melanie yawned and took another sip of water from her glass. She wore a nightgown that she had gotten from a supply box for the resistances on other colonies. It was pink and lay down on the Mason cot, feeling very tired and worn out. She and Den had been training for their Gundams for several hours, stopping only once to eat. She closed her eyes, and her thoughts brought her back to her home that was now gone. She remembered the times when she and her family would go out for picnics at the park, not even caring about the war that had been brought into a stalemate over a year ago. But then Clark Axel tipped the scales by selling mobile suits to the Thelonian Empire, giving them the edge they needed to conquer the entire sector, and her home was now nothing more than several thousand pieces of metal and armor. She would never go on a picnic or have happy times with her family anymore. All because of a war machine known as a mobile suit. Melanie dreaded those 2 words. She never wanted to pilot one, believing them to be the key to the downfall of all people. In fact, she had been terrified of Jubilee when she had first seen it. To this day, she loved the fact she had been inside a Gundam when her home was obliterated. Although it put her in a position to defend the deaths of her family and friends, it meant never being able to say goodbye to all she cared for. She laid her head down against the end of the cot and slightly sobbed. Reports of your training status have been received and acknowledged. We believe it's time for a mission. We believe that the Empire is testing a new kind of mass-produced mobile suit in the Valley of Black Snow. Investigate and destroy the new mobile suit if necessary. End of message. It was now the next morning. Melody and Dan were inside a small cave they were using as a shelter as they trained to become better pilots. Valley of Black Snow? What's that? Then Sai looked up, remembering the story of the valley. It's a sad story. During the first few weeks of the Empire's conquering the majority of colonies, one space colony made a desperate attempt to stop the Empire by doing what was known as Operation Meteor. They would drop their colony onto Thalos and destroy the Empire's primary city, sending it into chaos and giving the remaining colonies a chance to fight them off. However, with the development of Mega Particle Cannon, the colony's attempt to use its own emergency thrusters to collide into the city was stopped, and it left them in very low orbit, was physically decayed and forced them into the atmosphere. However, because of the light gravity on the surface, the colony burnt up and remained as gigantic vat of ash to hug over the valley. The ash descended to the earth in great quantities and still does to this day. Comes down like black snow. And it's the title of the valley. It'll keep coming down for several more years. That's not hot. That's horrible. Hey, not as bad as Operation British, I'll tell you that much. Indeed. Now it seems the Empire's sinking faster. Let's make a quick breakfast and move out. Canella played handheld solemn march, doing it with precision and fancy. Mariana sighs, loving her playing ability, and relaxes on the throne. While she finishes, Mariana and the guards give her a heavy applause. Marvelous, Canella. You'll just earn yourself a promotion. I'll tell my sisters earlier to make you a full cutter. You embarrass me, Your Highness. Nonsense. To appease me is to serve the Empire. Love only your music would deal with those damn Gundam terrorists. It would indeed be something to write in history books, Your Majesty. What would you do in this situation? Honestly, Your Majesty? Yes. Perhaps by giving them what they want. What I remember correctly from the news is to free the colonies. Then it would cease their terrorist activities. I can't do that. If I give them what they want, it's an open invitation for anyone else to try to oppose any other thing that happens through terrorist means. No, we're going to have some cross-militarity, and I think I know how. Canola, bring me the masters of bubble suits that Clark Axel has on the market, quickly. And once, my queen. The wind blew around the Gundam's Jubilee Golem as they marched. ass being carried by the wind and sticking to some parts of the Gundams. I'm glad to have cleaned again. My baby here has cleaned herself and both of armor to Nazi. What did that come from anyway? It's more advanced than anything I've seen before. Installed personally by Clark Axum. He said he borrowed it from a place far away. Ain't it Nazi? Oh, please. The theories of other species in our universe were just proved years ago, when we first expanded our galaxy. Furthermore, a beeping sound coming from the sensor displays interrupted Gem. He's got to stop immediately, along with Jubilee. They waited for the moment. They crouched down on the ground, lying a bit to avoid primary sensors or sight. What have you got? Sensors picking up an unknown mobile suit type and coming in with the valley itself. Does it detect us? I don't think so. Take a heat signature. No heat signature. Must be a mobile doll. Leo Zaku. I don't think it's either. What I do know is it won't be in trouble by getting accurate readings. Why? The composition of its armor matches the type of Gundam that we encountered in Questa. Melanie gritted her teeth, recalled the events quite clearly. They're holding a season C at Questa, and during a brief argument between them and herself, an unknown Gundam working for the Empire had attacked and nearly crippled the group easily. Word from local news reports said that a terrorist in a Gundam essentially destroyed the city with a nuclear device. Although Melanie was skeptical about it, she knew that they had failed to do any real damage against the Gundam. And this Gundam was made of the same material. They were in for one hell as soon as they got back produced. The plate armor. Even though the winds could deafen out the sound outside, Melanie could hear the clanking of metal troubles on blue armor with his metallic skin. Stay back. I'm going to try to engage it. If I fail, I need you to finish the job. Melanie gulped and nodded. The black booster jets of Gall lit up, sending him flying through the fallen ass down to the valley below him. The mobile suit was a black hue, with red spots on one of its massive shoulders and two fins on its sides, and held a powerful cannon right. It was a Virgo. When the Virgo detected the Golem's descent, red spots on its shoulders detached and went from it. Forming an air-sea seal as Golem began unloading clips from his primary rifle at the Virgo. The bullet slammed harmlessly into the air-sea shield, ricocheting off of it, and not one penetrating the powerful mobile shield. Dan winced and watched over his grenade launcher, sending 3 grenades to the shield, each one exploded on impact, not making a single dent on it. When the smoke cleared, the Virgo mobile doll brought its weapons to bear, aiming at the Golem. Dan gasped and began moving toward the Gundam behind something to protect it with any sort of blast. However, the Golem was too slow and the Virgo fired the bead cannon on its arm at it. The yellow RCB slid to the side of the Golem, sending reverberations throughout the entire Golem. Dan gritted his teeth for the shaking. A few warning strikes flashing on the monitors. Warning! Plot armor integrity at 42%! Shit! Golem's left hand armor retracted into the skin. Wrist open to reveal a Gatling cannon on the right arm. Began firing at Virgo. Virgo obviously took no damage and aimed once again. The second beam struck the chest display arm, knocking the Golem back into the cliff. You know, I realized that if the mobile suits for Gundam X are available, then that means this could possibly be the Leopard or the Arbalest. Warning, total integrity down to 23%. Ah, shit. Dan attempted to gate the booster rockets to get back into the air, but salting a tick of damage. He winced as the Virgo took one final aim, covering his face with his arms as a crude means of defense. However, he looked to his arms to see the Virgo stop his attack and look up. He wasn't looking for long as several large chunks of rock fell down upon it, slanted on his headpiece. The rocks came down in greater numbers then, enough to smash through the protective energy shield and bury it. When it attempted to climb out the rocks, it was met by Jubilee, who had bead saber come down through the rocks onto Virgo. Pulling it out, turned to the Golem. I thought you could use some help. Oh, ha ha. Come on, let's get out of here and tell the Resistance mission accomplished.